Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Juice, the neighborhood guinea pig, and today we're going to be making tabletop fire pits. Now before we get started, I'm going to tell you all of the materials that you're going to need in order to complete this project. First thing that you're going to need is a silicone mold. Honestly, any shape will do or any size, but as long as you have the block in the middle, because that's what's going to give you the bowl-like apparatus. Then you're going to need some water, some cement, and something to mix the cement in. Now, what I'm using is a water bottle because it's disposable. Try not to use anything like a household item. Don't use a bowl, don't use a cup, because remember, cement will harden, right? Then you're gonna need a burner, preferably the one that has the gel in it. Do not get the one that has the tissue sticking out and you just have to light it on top. You need the gel for this project. You're gonna need some mixing tools, Firestones. Now, the amount of Firestones that you buy is dependent on the size of the silicone mold. Now that we have all our materials, let's get started. Now, first thing that you're gonna need is your container and your cement. Pour your cement in the container. That's simple enough, right? This might get messy, so if you have like, not loose leaf, if you have newspaper, get a newspaper, or if you have even garbage bags and just open up the garbage bag and lay it on your table or lay it on the floor, wherever you're doing it, that's gonna work too. And just make sure you pour all of the cement into the container. Guys, this thing can get really messy, so make sure that you wear gloves or not, like me, right? So now that we have our cement in the container, we are going to add some water. The consistency that we're trying to get is like, think of Elmer's glue. So not too thick like yogurt or not too thin like water or milk. So think of something in between, so like Elmer's glue. All right, so we're gonna pour a little. And then as we pour, we're going to mix, because once you're mixing, you'll be able to see how much more water you need to add. So I'm mixing. And as I'm mixing, I'm noticing that I'm going to need a little bit more water. Can you see inside? Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna just add a little bit more water because right now this is thick. It's thick like yogurt or like cottage cheese. Cottage cheese. Ladies, make sure y'all go and get them pap smears so you don't get cottage cheese, right? Okay. And I'm mixing. And now that our mix is ready, we're gonna pour it into our silicone mold. Now when you pour it, you wanna make sure that it reaches all the way to the top. So I'm gonna just show you a little bit right now how it's supposed to look. Okay, and then I'm gonna continue pouring it. I'm gonna put it down actually, because when I put it down, it's gonna be balanced so that I could see the even sides on the top. Now we wait.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Now that your cement is dry, this is how it's supposed to look. Remember previously I said that it had to have the bowl-like apparatus? Now it's time to fill the bowl with the Firestones. I laid out my Firestones right here, just so you can see how they are. I took the smaller pieces because in the pack that I got, there are big pieces, there are medium pieces, and there are smaller ones. And since this mold has a small bowl center, I decided to just pick out the small pieces of the Firestones. Now it's time to fill. So this is how it looks so far. We're filling it up with pretty blue stones. They even have like pink Firestones. There's green Firestones. There's a bunch of different colors. You can get different beads. Just make sure that they are fire retardant. Okay, this is how it's supposed to look. It is officially time for the last step. So you're gonna need your burner gel, okay? You're gonna open the top of your burner gel and you're gonna take one of the tools that you had and you're gonna scoop out some of the gel. Now, when you scoop out some of the gel, you're going to put it on top of the Firestones. And kind of like try to paint it on the Firestones, kind of like mayonnaise. Try to get as much as the Firestone as you possibly can. And this is blue gel, and since the stones are blue, you're not really gonna see it, but this is how it's supposed to look. Now get your fire started and it's time to light the pit. But wait, before we do that, let's get a little ambiance so you can actually see the fire. Let's go. All right. And you have your tabletop fire pit. Ooh. Ah, and guess what? It is blue flames. Isn't that so pretty? Once Once you're done with your fire pit, you could put it on your nightstand, you could put it at the dinner table, you could put it on your credenza. It's gonna set the mood for any occasion, all right? And if you have multiple, like let's say you have 4 of them bad boys laying next to each other, that's an amazing fire pit. People are gonna be jealous, I'm just saying. So this was amazing. This was actually really fun. This was one of my favorite DIY so far because it was really therapeutic for me, and I'm gonna continue doing this therapeutic shit. Okay, it's really fun. All right, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you. See you next week.